are two main types of transport. One is your passive transport and the another one is facilitated transport. So what are the features of passive transport? In passive transport, you don't require any energy. Second, the molecules can freely cross the bilayer. And third, you don't require any membrane protein to transport the solute. And then the solute always flows from region of high concentration to the region of low concentration. And the rate of flow will depend on the magnitude of the concentration gradient. As we saw in this animation, the region where there is high solute concentration to the region where there is low solute concentration will be the flow of the solute. And the solute can freely cross the bilayer. The examples of solutes which are transported by this mechanism was water and certain gases like oxygen, nitrogen. And then the transport will stop when there is equilibrium. So until and unless there is difference in the concentration across the membrane, passive transport can take place. So after this we came across facilitated diffusion. In facilitated diffusion, things are all same as passive transport. It is actually a type of passive transport with only one difference, and the difference is this particular mechanism will transport solutes which cannot freely pass the bilayer. And for their transport, there are certain membrane proteins which are called as permeases or carrier proteins. Here as well, the flow of solute will be from the region of high concentration to the region of low concentration. The solute molecules try to enter the bilayer, but since they are large molecules or they are ions, they cannot cross the bilayer, and they will cross the bilayer with the help of transport proteins. And this flow is again going to continue until we achieve equilibrium. Okay, so that is the things that we studied about the facilitated transport. And we also saw that this particular transport mechanism is very common in eukaryotes, but it is rare in prokaryotes. The examples of solutes like sugar molecules was transported in eukaryotes, while we had glycerol molecules transported by this mechanism in enteric bacteria. Let us learn in detail about the kinetics of this facilitated transport. Now we studied about the Michaelis-Menten equation when we were doing enzymes. Yes or no? Okay. अभी enzyme substrate और facilitated diffusion में क्या संबंध है? Right? That is a big question. Now the relation between them is that over there in enzyme kinetics, your substrate used to bind enzyme. There used to be a formation of enzyme substrate complex, and then your substrate gets converted to product and your enzyme is released. Right? This was the mechanism of enzyme kinetics or enzyme reaction. If you can look here at facilitated transport, something similar is going to happen here also. As we can see here, you have a transport protein on the membrane as well as you have the solute. Just as your enzyme and substrate binds to form EX complex, you have something similar here also. यहाँ पर भी आपका ये जो प्रोटीन है मेम्ब्रेन में, it is going to bind to your substrate or your solute. So and then they both form a carrier substrate complex, and then your carrier will change the shape. If you see it properly, you can this particular handle move slightly. What that means? Your carrier is changing the shape, and now your solute which was outside comes inside. So just as your in enzyme reaction, your solute or your substrate gets converted to product, something similar is happening here. The solute outside is getting inside. So that is something similarity. So hence the rate of flow का क्या मतलब होता है, कितना स्पीड से हो सकता है, that is rate, right? और velocity we call it. In enzyme reaction, rate of reaction क्या होगा, कितना स्पीड से प्रोडक्ट बनेगा, right? Similarly, facilitated diffusion में rate of फ्लो होगा, मतलब कितना स्पीड से फ्लो हो सकता है या फिर ट्रांसपोर्ट हो सकता है. ओके, जिस तरह से वहां पे एक एंजाइम और एक सब्सट्रेट का कॉम्प्लेक्स बनता है, उसी तरह से यहाँ पर भी आपका सोल्यूट कॉम्प्लेक्स बनाता है कैरियर के साथ एंड देन इट गेट्स ट्रांसपोर्टेड इनसाइड. So hence the rate of reaction, मतलब जितना स्पीड से ट्रांसपोर्ट होगा by facilitated diffusion, that is again obtained from the Michaelis-Menten equation. ठीक है, अभी यहाँ हमने पैसिव ट्रांसपोर्ट को कंपेयर क्यों नहीं किया Michaelis-Menten equation से? सिंपल आंसर है बिकॉज पैसिव ट्रांसपोर्ट कैसा होता है, मेम्ब्रेन के अक्रॉस, करेक्ट, फ्रीली पास हो सकता है. जब तक इक्विलिब्रियम अटेन नहीं होगा वो ट्रांसपोर्ट हो सकता है, लेकिन इवन दो दैट कॉन्सेप्ट रिमेन सेम फॉर फैसिलिटेटेड ट्रांसपोर्ट. फैसिलिटेटेड में भी जब तक इक्विलिब्रियम अटेन नहीं होता है तब तक ट्रांसपोर्ट हो सकता है, बट देयर इज अ लिमिटिंग फैक्टर. लिमिटिंग फैक्टर मतलब एक ऐसा फैक्टर जो इसको इन्फ्लुएंस करता है, और वो फैक्टर कौन है, आपका कैरियर. बिकॉज at one point आपका carrier can only transport one solute molecule. Yes or no? At a time आपका आपका carrier protein can bind to only one solute and only one solute can enter the cell. Right? So if there is many more solutes, then they are in line, waiting in line, है ना. तो जिस स्पीड से पैसिव ट्रांसफर हो सकता है उसी स्पीड से आपका फैसिलिटेटेड ट्रांसपोर्ट नहीं हो सकता, बिकॉज यहाँ पे कौन है, यहाँ पे कुछ कैरियर है, उसके पास एक लिमिटिंग वैल्यू है, फिर उसके पास एक लिमिट है ट्रांसपोर्ट का. ठीक है, सो दिस इज द बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट व्हाई वी यूज Michaelis-Menten equation here to understand the rate of reaction or the rate of transport of solute by facilitated diffusion. Okay.